It is the Adam Friedland Show. Today is September 5th, 2003. What if? Can you imagine?
2003.
That would be that was right around when people started laughing at 9/11, I feel. Like regular people. I don't mean like comedians.
When's that?
2003.
That's when the real edgy comics were like...
No, they were done with
LOL.
it. I think that's when like regular folks were like, "Isn't it funny that it happened?"
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? 2003, everyone had a British accent back then.
Yeah.
Everybody was Austin Powers, King of the World. Austin Powers 2, The Spy That Shagged Me. That hit theaters.
I don't like that British accent stuff. I don't like people say cheers.
You don't like that?
Like not literally cheersing.
How did you tolerate those folks when you were there?
England?
Yeah.
England was pretty sick. It's,
You like
it's
them?
cool if you're British talking like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, you don't like
Hold
when
on,
American...
I know exactly who you're talking about. Who says cheers?
I don't like any of that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like.
yeah.
I was just in Columbus this weekend. There was a gay waiter, and he kept saying "love."
Mm-hmm.
Like
We
he'd be
called
"I'll
like
take
you
that."
love. He called me-
Anybody. That was
like-
a pronoun for.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy when I worked at the
Like he was a scouser.
I worked at a call center, and they started doing this thing. It was just technical support for like internet service providers. But they did this thing where you could upsell people on like fucking like Norton or some shit at the end of the phone call. And there was this mixed race guy,
Yeah.
or like a very light skinned black guy, and he would call everybody love on the phone. And that guy, so we got paid like $10 an hour.
Yeah.
And this guy fucking was making like an extra like $7,000 a month by just sweet talking people. Be like, all right, love, you know you need some antivirus on your computer.
God damn. I had to do call center shit.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I had
We've
to call,
had the same jobs.
Yeah, I had to call to. I worked at a car dealership and was cold calling people to see if they wanted to buy a fucking car.
Has cold calling ever worked for any industry?
It never worked for me once.
Yeah.
I didn't get one.
Yeah.
There was some guys could do it. I would call and be like, "Hey, we want you," because it was a list of people that have bought cars from the dealership.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't totally cold calling, but it was still cold calling, being like, "Hey, we got a special offer. We're buying back the 2014 Camry you bought." And they'd be like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah,
I don't
did
need to
cold
buy a new
calling
car.
for the BSO, but that was like fundraising, so that's a little different.
What was the BSO?
Baltimore Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
of course. Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
drunk.
course. Oh, the BSO.
Yeah, oh, the BSO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is that even a good orchestra?
I don't think so. Baltimore Symphony? Fuck
No.
It's got to be the worst.
They just play the Rocky theme song.
Yeah, it's got to be the worst.
Yeah, that's the only song we know. Yeah, I mean, I've told this story before, but one of the worst moments of my life was sitting in that basement doing that job, and there was this guy, Craig, who was one of the ugliest people I've ever seen in my life. But he was like an old school type of nerd. He was like a pre-Chris Hardwick type of nerd, where there was,
Yeah, cool.
well, not cool.
Oh, wait, pre-Hardwick.
Pre-Hardwick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like,
He was into, like, DOS.
this guy was just a loser.
Yeah.
And if hopefully he didn't.
He was into Linux.
But he's like, so you were allowed to go to any show you wanted for free. You got one free show that you could go to at the BSO if you worked there. And they brought the brochures out for what was coming up that season. And one of the things they had like George Takei like fucking doing like Q&A. I have no idea what it was. But they're like, they hand me the brochure, immediately goes in the garbage. I'm not going to the orchestra for anything, But there were like the other like people in the call center, the little basement, they're like looking through it. And I can hear Craig. He's looking through the brochure and just he loudly goes, "Ooh, George Takei." I was like, no.
Fuck.
Just the veins popping out from your forehead.
Ooh, George Takei.
Trying not to make fun of him.
Anyways, we got Shane Gillis here.
Hey, what's
Thanks,
going on?
Shane.
Oh,
Thanks
no,
for
welcome
being
to the
here.
Adam Friedland Show, by the way.
Welcome, doggy.
I'm a fan, dude. I'm a fan.
Welcome, doggy. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been really great watching you guys grow. Your monologues are getting fucking tight, dude.
We got We have something nice cooking from this weekend, but I don't think it's going to be ready for at least a week. But I feel like the people know.
Adam told me he shot 250 minutes worth of footage.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It was a lot.
without you.
Yeah. I was gone.
No.
So 250 minutes of just Adam.
Adam and
fucking
I don't
nice.
want to blow. He's probably got something in the works.
You shouldn't have blown up.
There's special
even
guests.
that.
There's exciting.
Why? People love to know that somebody shot 6.5 hours of
Yeah, it's going to be a cinema verite.
for a 10-minute sketch.
It's going to be a cinema verite style.
Shot an entire season.
And we did it all in on 35 millimeter film, so we had to continuously be changing the cassettes over.
Yeah.
It was a real pain in the
You know who
ass.
does that is Terrence Malick. Did anyone compare you to Terrence Malick?
Yeah, there were a lot of like leaves and fingers running through tall grasses and stuff. Mm-hmm. Sun poking through like a forest canopy. Mm-hmm. Did a lot of that, impressionistic style, Malick style.
You ever see Days of Heaven, Shane?
No.
Great movie.
What's
Great
it called?
movie, you'd like
Days
it.
of Heaven.
Days of Heaven. No, what happens?
It's
Shane would like Badlands too.
Yeah, Badlands is also good. Tree of Life. You ever see Tree of Life?
He's
No,
this
I
guy
heard
who
True-
like,
I know who Terrence Malick is because he did
okay.
fucking Thin Red Line.
Red
which
Line.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the shit.
which
Yeah.
is like, and he shoots like a ton of shit. Like Thin Red Line, I think like has the most legendary list of actors who are cut out of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like huge.
Yeah, he's
huge guys.
He cut George Clooney out of a movie.
yeah.
Yeah, he gave George Clooney a line at the end of Thin Red Line.
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically, I think for a long time, he was making a movie like every 18 years. Mm-hmm. And he was just like some psycho from Texas who like,
Yeah.
just...
Tree of Life's like, isn't there like dinosaurs in it?
It gets into like the creation
dinosaur.
of the
There's one-
universe.
Somebody tried to
Yeah.
sell me on this before, and they were like, "Yo, there's a dinosaur." in it.
It's weird that the dinosaur thing is the only weird part because
Okay.
it's like
It's just a guy
the rest of the
remembering when
movie-
he was younger.
The rest of the
basically.
movie is perfect. I mean,
It's really beautiful
the-
movie.
The fucking Thin Red Line, dude. When the guy's dreaming about his girlfriend, when
Yeah.
he's like about to die,
Yeah.
he's like, "I can't wait to see you." And
It
he
might
gets
be my
when
favorite
he gets
war
that
movie.
Fucking letter,
Yeah. Woo. Woo.
some fucking flyboy, some
So
Air Force
good.
guy.
Days of Heaven's about a couple. It starts off. It's like the fucking. It's I guess what it's
They're
like the
homesteaders?
1900s
Yeah.
or something, and it's like Chicago and fucking Richard Gere just works in a steel mill and he like clocks his boss and kills him
Nice.
and then runs away.
So he has to go to the West.
And then so
Yeah.
then they just, him and the wife and I don't is it like
No,
young,
his sister, his younger sister.
no they're in a relationship and they pretend to be siblings, right?
Isn't
And
that
then-
that little girl that talk like this?
yeah who does VO the whole movie?
Yeah, the girl who does the VO.
And then Sam Shepard plays the guy that owns the house. He gets sweet on the girl.
yeah. And he's looking nice too. Both those guys are very handsome.
Sam
in that-
Shepard. And
Yeah.
Sam Shepard has a weird face, or did, I guess.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but anyway, I guess they're homesteaders, right? They're just like it was
I
like
don't know what homesteading.
it's like when you just like there was like land that was no one's, and then you just run, and then you just say this is mine, and the government's like, okay, now that's yours,
like a reverse Native American sort of thing.
kind of. Yeah, and then there are guys
The
living
government
on it.
says-
They're
the
like,
government
what
says,
the
what do you
hell
mean
is this?
people are saying? Yeah.
What the hell are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's mine. Yeah, that movie's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why we bring that? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, basically I did shoot 250 minutes of Terrence Malick style footage this weekend.
And what do you think this is? How has this evolved the show? In what way? What is it?
Are you questioning me publicly in front of our friends, the fans?
I'm
and Shane?
interviewing you.
I think it's kind of falling in line of the stuff we've done before. Where we're kind of breaking out a universe outside of the eventual thing that the show is going to be, which is a talk show. We're kind of expanding the world. I don't think it's much of a departure from the cold open from last weekend, but I think
it's 250 minutes long.
yeah. I mean, my idea is that I'm not going to cut anything. It's
Yeah.
just going to be like even the parts where I tell someone to say something.
Yeah.
I'll say it'd be funny if you
You
said
sent me
this.
some text updates. It seems like it was mostly you were like interviewing people.
You're gonna ruin the bit. You're gonna ruin the bit
I don't
spitefully.
think I'm ruining.
This is what he's doing right now. He's ruining the bit spitefully.
Don't look at me. Dude.
I'm not.
You're. That's what you're doing.
Well, it's a show. I'm
just saying. We worked on something this weekend and it's not ready, and it'll probably be ready in a week.
How about
and then
this?
you're like,
Shane,
so
do you
what it
think
was?
rigid airships will ever come back?
What's that?
What do you think? Rigid
Like
airships?
Zeppelins?
Yeah, Zeppelins.
No, I don't think so.
No, never.
No, I don't think.
I don't think it was a very
That
efficient
was
means
a
of.
fool me once.
It was
type
actually an extremely efficient means of travel.
But it doesn't go very fast, does it? Or you have to like follow the air streams or something.
thing. So I know your I know your answer. You want them back, dude.
I want them back.
You want the blimps back.
He's
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
I saw a
frequently.
blimp this Saturday. It was pretty fun.
Well, there's blimps and then there's rigid airships. There's a difference.
Okay, Zeppelins.
Yeah, Zeppelins.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you want to see some Zeppelins
I would love that with the swastika.
with the swastika?
Yeah.
on 'em.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta-
Where like just for like air travel? They've got to
Yeah,
be
they're
pretty
cool as
fucking
shit,
slow.
dude. Imagine if. Yeah, I mean, they're not super fast, but
Yeah.
Why was the Hindenburg so famous?
because it blew up.
But like, why is that? We still know.
So everyone died.
Why
of it?
was the Holocaust so famous?
Well, yeah, because
Why is 9/11?
because
so
11
famous?
million people died. The Hindenburg was just
Oh,
like
yeah.
one
Whoa.
blimp.
He's
The
going-
Goodyear blimp blew up. Like,
going all
and people
11
still
now.
know. Yeah, very generous. I said 11, right?
a little
You
generous.
caught that? You caught that?
Yeah, obviously I caught it, dude.
You caught that?
Can you imagine how gay it would have been to be a gypsy that got Holocaust?
Yeah,
Oh.
no one cares. A gay guy that got Holocausted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Especially to be a homosexual that wound up in one of the camps, and then you see the guards and the commandant, and you're like, "Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, bro."
Yeah, look at these Uncle Tom ass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't think I know?
Oh, yeah.
was
With
probably
your
trying to-
shiny ass boots.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to get his hands on a yellow star, you know? Mm-hmm. Didn't they put like pink stars on those boys?
They got
I
they
swear
got
to
pink,
God, they got
no, they got
different stars.
triangles. They got triangles.
fucked.
Wasn't there
Yeah.
some like online thing recently? There was some like discourse about like somebody wearing a pink triangle during World War II to show solidarity or like to show gay pride. Somebody said that. Somebody online, they were like, they showed trans pride by putting a pink triangle, and someone had to be like, no, those were victims.
Yeah, those are people getting
Yeah.
dealing with real persecution.
Yeah, they weren't doing like fucking Bennigan's flair at their grocery bagging job.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was just like because the video was tight of the Hindenburg. Was that what it was?
Are you,
I think it was like a transatlantic.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal that it was
cool.
going to make it.
It's like the Titanic.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a
It's like
Titanic.
people were pumped on this. They're like, oh shit, the Hindenburg.
This is
Yeah.
about
This
to
is gonna be cool.
This is about to be a
And it
thing.
fucking exploded.
There were a couple of them because it's like it's the guy they had to use. So the rigid airships made sense in the United States because we had helium. We
Yeah.
could use helium, and they couldn't use
There's what, hydrogen?
hydrogen.
Yeah.
and hydrogen is fucking
Yeah.
like literally just static, and the fucking whole thing blows up. That's what happened. That video is fucking insane.
The video
That
is tight.
crazy.
And when you realize the scale of that thing and how quickly
Yeah, once it gets hit.
Yeah.
yeah, how quickly something
35
that
people
size-
died.
Yeah.
35 people died?
Yeah, and there was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
who
110
gives a shit?
people on
That's
board.
what I'm saying.
Wait, how many? They survived?
Yeah, it's just 'cause it's a
97
blimp, so it just
people-
sort of slowly. They're actually really safe, even when they could blow the fuck up. It's like still pretty safe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there were
but-
97 people on board and 35 died. So people lived. Mm-hmm. And one guy died on the ground.
I got squashed.
yeah, he got smushed.
I mean, I like
James
him in-
Cameron should have done Hindenburg instead of Titanic.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah. Just
I
getting
liked,
fucked up off the gas and fucking Kate Winslet in the blimp area. Just the Irish people that live in the blimp area. They're not even. They're just surrounded by pipes. They're like, we're going to America. We're taking a blimp to
Those
America.
fucking fleas, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video is super sick.
I loved that in Titanic when they show you the steerage and supposedly it's just Irish people doing black church down there.
Just dancing.
They're just having a good time.
Yeah, they're not miserable.
Right.
They weren't like constant drunk fights. And
Yeah,
rapes.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, if you lock poor people into a basement,
yeah.
good things
They
happen.
they make folk music.
Yeah. They do jigs.
So what else did you do this weekend, Adam?
I just worked, working on the show. On our show. Wow, it looks really nice on the Hindenburg. It looks real luxury. What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing? Did I do something?
Well, no. I guess no.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It was nice on there.
Yeah.
It did look nice.
Yeah, they had like a little baby grand piano. They had a
Those are-
modified grand piano because it was a regular one would be too heavy.
Oh, really?
So they had to build it out of, I think, like aluminum or something.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've convinced me they should bring him back.
Yeah. Did you see Elvis?
Yeah, I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I fucking hated that
It
movie.
was gay.
That
It
bothered
was
me
gay as hell.
immensely. I couldn't believe it.
I
Didn't
liked
stop,
it.
dude.
I liked it. It
was
went
a
on too long.
It just didn't
That's
stop.
the
was
thing
too
that's
long.
crazy about the movie is it's somehow like both too frenetic and too slow at the same
It
time.
was a montage for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Of just CGI backgrounds the whole time.
Well, it's like anytime he has a crisis too, he's like, I gotta go hang out with black people.
I like
My
that.
mama's being mean to me. It's time to go hang out with a couple of blacks.
I like that it addressed the race stuff though, because they were dragging my boy for way too long, saying that he was stealing.
Well, that's what we need.
Because he was just the original wigger. He was like he was the first guy who was like he legitimately thought he was black.
I
And then-
maintain that black people stole more from Elvis than Elvis stole from black people.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean he did.
They should be thanking him.
Legitimately, I believe that
Yeah?
because Elvis predates all of that 1970s shit they were doing with the.
Like
Elvis was
Cadillacs.
Yeah, I mean they're still doing it. There's fucking there's still the Steve Harvey suits. That's all Elvis.
That is Elvis.
That's not them.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
The shaking their dicks.
The shaking their dicks.
I think that's
That
like
scene is amazing.
Yeah, that was
where
pretty
he's like, damn, is that boy? He's like
Somebody's
the first
"Hey,
guy who
sing queer. He just starts shaking his dick. The guy's mad about it. It's fucking Walk Hard. It followed the plot
Yeah.
of Walk Hard to a T.
It's really funny that was like his invention was just shaking his
Shaking
dick.
his dick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People haven't seen that.
People,
I
no.
would be furious if I brought a girl to a show and the dude started
I
shaking
would
his
be
dick.
pissed too.
And she started screaming.
Yeah.
I told
She
my
was-
dad I saw it, and he was like, "Well, you probably didn't like it because you don't understand how important Elvis was." He's like, if you're not going into it with that perspective of how important Elvis was for people of my like you get that close to death, you get into your later years,
Yeah.
and your brain just has to make any part of your life significant. And when you have nothing, it's just like, well, at least I saw Elvis.
Elvis was pretty big.
Yeah, at least I saw. At least I can go to my death.
There was no build up at all. There was no struggle in the beginning. It
Yeah.
just starts. He's
Elvis.
famous and good. Mm-hmm. And they're really. Did I miss a bad part?
He gets less famous in the 60s, then he has his comeback special. Apparently that Here Comes Santa Claus stuff they just made up for the movie. I didn't get why they were talking about that so much. But
I'll be honest
I
with
think
you.
I
When I
liked
said
the
I,
movie.
I watched Elvis, I mean, I put it on. I fell asleep. Like,
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
really?
I think I fell asleep.
I
That's why
watched the whole
missed-
thing and I liked it.
I spent an hour and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And it was just a music video the whole fucking time.
I don't
Yeah.
like when they bring modern music into like period pieces.
Yeah, I usually don't. Other
Yeah,
than
and what they were only
Django
doing it.
was
that was
fucking-
badass.
But they only
That
do
was
it, and it's
badass.
like whenever he's like, I got to go to the busy
Yeah,
neighborhood.
then they play Cardi B.
Yeah, right. When he's around black
Meg
people.
the Stallion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's only
Megan.
it's
When he
only
goes to,
during, it's only when
Beale
he's
Street.
It's only when he's binging on black people.
Yeah.
They play- I mean, they really presented it like a drug addiction. Like he used to be addicted to black people, and then he got addicted to fucking Richard
Real
Nixon
drugs?
and
food.
pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was Nixon in it? I fell asleep.
No,
Well,
Nixon wasn't in it. I
Nixon
don't
might
think.
not have been in it, but famously Elvis was like
Yeah, he met
an early
Nixon.
spokesperson for the war on drugs. Meanwhile, he was like,
Well, Nixon
Yeah.
thought like he's like I want to get
don't do drugs, kids.
yeah.
He's like 700 pounds.
Yeah, he's like
Sweating.
he's
Right.
washed up.
His
No
fu-
kids liked
his,
him.
his
Yeah.
one nostril inhales and the other exhales when he's speaking. Don't ever do. You want to be like these damn nincompoops doing these damn drugs.
I always thought Elvis sucked my whole life.
He does suck.
I always thought that shit was truly bad
It's
music.
gay.
I hated it.
He's got
The
some
50s are gay, dude.
he's got
It's a
good
gay
stuff.
decade.
I liked him, but I was
There was
more
parts
in
of the movie in the beginning where I was like, damn, maybe Elvis is cool.
Well, it's also too.
I was tricked a little. The dick wagging got me. Like
dick
I was laying
wagging is
there,
good.
but there was a part of me that was like, there was an
he
eyebrow
invented
raised
that.
while I was
Elvis-
laying on the couch. It was one of these.
Elvis didn't have any. Elvis never wrote a single fucking song. He's just a performer.
No, he wrote that one song. There's a scene during the comeback special where it's a song that he wrote about how we need to bring the blacks and the whites together.
He's never written a single song.
Did he write that?
No.
He wrote
He's fucking hilarious. He stole their whole shit. It was like, come on, guys, quit fucking around with these guys. These guys are all right.
It'd be great. It'd be great if Elvis, like, instead of blacks, he just got really into Chinese people. You ever hear about the Chinese Exclusion Act?
You eat nothing but hound dogs. Come on, man.
Yeah, all of his music was written by like two Jewish guys that lived with each other.
Yeah, I mean, Sinatra didn't really write songs. He
but
did.
But
A lot of people
hold
do
on.
standards.
And Sinatra's a completely different category.
Why? He's a singer.
But he did for Italians what Elvis did for black people.
You have no idea how meaningful it was for them.
Dude, what? Italians? Sinatra,
No.
they make it pretty clear how meaning. Oh, you
No,
mean
for the blacks.
for the
They're
African American
They're like,
community.
that's my boy.
Yeah.
He's doing it for us. I mean, he did kind of do it. They weren't going to put a black guy up there. Like, he had to be the first guy to be kind of a black guy in show business, you know? They didn't want to put... Chuck Berry came after Elvis, you know? They needed a white guy to do black music first.
Yeah, he was like Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
He broke the color barrier.
He was Jackie Robinson.
Not whoever did it first, for sure. Him.
It was him, and he should get credit for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, it's weird to think that Elvis inspired the Beatles. And then it's weird to
He
think that
inspired all of
who the
them.
Beatles inspired.
Everyone?
Well, yeah, but like Cannibal Corpse will be like, well, we grew up listening to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what? How did that go? How did you start there and end up with
With what?
fucking a demon baby with a sword after
Beatles?
Hey Jude,
You ever get into those like Norwegian death metal bands?
Norwegian black
Yeah.
metal?
I know, obviously the music I don't like, but the stories are pretty awesome.
Who's that guy that killed mad people? There's that one guy.
One dude killed himself and they used it as the album cover, and then blew his head off, and they were like, then they started burning churches and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty
What
sick.
is that, Burzum
Was that I don't
or Marduk?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's pretty fun to change your name.
Nick likes that crap.
No, I don't. I don't like black metal. Really.
You
I mean,
like-
there's some I like, but yeah, I don't. The only metal I like is the shit I listened to when I was in high school. So it's like Slayer or Metallica. It's like thrash metal or garbage like new metal, like Chevelle.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chevelle is.
Like 2002,
yeah.
like 2003.
But
music.
that's my.
Puddle of Mud.
I'm gonna be 65.
You could be
years
telling
old.
someone how
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
POD was
That's gonna
actually
be my Elvis. Yeah.
At least I got to see Chevelle. Yeah, I don't. That music was real. That was like one of the worst genres.
Yeah.
What, new metal?
It's gay. Yeah.
It's the gayest kind of music. Bro.
Yeah, no, it's just nostalgia. It's just like thinking about like going to Best Buy and being like, damn, what if I had PlayStation?
I remember getting CDs at Best Buy.
Here, I'll just blow the vape at you. How about
No,
that?
just give it
shotgun
back to
that
me,
vape
dude.
into his mouth.
I don't like it when you.
I'm producing vape for you. I'm producing it.
You're the producer.
Yeah. So we missed out on Tim's
We missed on Tim's party.
Tim's coming out party.
Guys, I'm gay.
Yeah. What if Boz Lerman did a documentary about the Tim Dillon Labor Day party?
It's just Tommy Pope and O'Connor. and
yeah,
Tim.
yeah. Just zooming in on Tommy Pope, his shirt open. I'd say, but that's why we need
Some
video.
spread you got here, Tim. Look at this spread. You got any pops? I'm gonna have a couple pops.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, this plate.
Yeah.
He gets so
fucking
excited
incredible.
about stuff.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And then you make fun of him, and he goes, "What? I like it." Jesus.
That guy is so cool.
Yeah, Tommy's funny as shit. He
He's
came
so
out to
funny.
me and the bros went to the Ohio State Notre Dame game this weekend,
Really?
and they lost.
Did you drive?
No, I flew.
Okay.
But they, right when they came on the field, these four dudes in front of us, I just started yelling that it was Safe Light Field because Ohio State plays on, the name of their field is Safe Light there's Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace written on the field.
Yeah.
So I was like, woo, Safe Light Field, baby. This place is rocking. These dudes tried to fight us the rest of the game, dude.
Really? Because they were
Every time.
insulted?
They were offended.
They were insulted that I was making fun of all the corporate.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, Tough Ron. I'd be like, Tough Ron brought to you by Kroger. And they were like,
Okay, welcome to bonus content.
This is a bonus episode.
This is
Is this going to be the first bonus episode?
This is the first bonus content. I
Oh,
was going to
God.
do.
People are paying their hard-earned money for this one.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're in This is like behind the actor's studio.
Yep.
You know, it's like it's like DVD commentary.
Yeah, I'm James Lipton. And
So we're gonna play old episodes and then comment on them. We're gonna play old episodes in their entirety, and then me and you are gonna comment.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be 5 people talking,
Oh, there we go.
and 2 of them are the same people twice.
Yeah, and Stav, the ghost
Yeah.
of Stav.
Stav's not here, so bonus means less. It's actually the Latin word for less than
And worse.
Yeah. It's, bone. It comes from. It means. Well, bonus means penis in Latin.
It does.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
hard
true.
penis.
Yeah.
And as we know, men are the the rapist sex of the two. They oppress women and keep them down. You know what I was thinking about, and you'll disagree with this, but if
Yeah.
I like,
Well, I'm open to hearty debate.
okay, well, I feel like if there really was like a huge conspiracy to keep women down, because sometimes it seems like that. Like that's the criticism, not that things are just better for men, but there's like a active collusion. Like, why wouldn't we just imprison and rape all of them? I mean, we could do it. There's enough of us that we could do it. Like, if we really wanted to have a patriarchy, we could make that happen pretty easily.
Wait, that's the evidence that you have, is that they're not imprisoned and being raped?
Yeah, where's my sex slave?
Well, first of all, in a lot of places in the world, they are imprisoned and raped. So yeah, you're wrong there. Second of all, I don't know.
Not here.
I think that's
not my apartment.
no. Well,
Where
that's
it matters.
True.
But this is kind of good shit you're gonna get out of the fucking bonus content, dude. I don't have to worry about some dumb bitch listening to this.
Yep, because they get
are
paid less
absolutely-
money, so they can't afford.
They can't afford it.
the $5.
It also
a month.
costs more for them to make up for how much I had to pay to get into the Cinder Block Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's the all women's.
yeah.
comedy
Well, it's the
festival?
one where they make white men pay more.
Wait, I thought that it was just women. No.
Ow! The cat just bit me.
Yeah.
It's they let white men do it, but they're trying to have like a diverse showcase.
So white men have to pay
'Cause
more.
white men had to pay more to submit. And then, what's funny? Like, all these women were like, fuck yeah, like making them pay more. And it's like, well, you're still paying, so you're being exploited. I think we talked about it probably on another.
I don't know what I was.
We never talk. Okay, so if you don't know, there's this festival. And I'm glad I can talk shit about it because none of them will pay for the bonus content. Bonus content. We got to get a cool. You know what's funny? The Anthony Cumia Studios guys approached me for real about putting Cumtown on the Anthony Cumia network.
Well, only if they get office space at the top of the Empire State
Yeah,
Building.
I already told them we're already at the better studio, the real Anthony Cumia studio with the Puerto Rican rattlesnake as your producer. But yeah, so these girls started a comedy festival called the Cinder Block Comedy Festival, and they were taking submissions, which is already fucked up. It's fucked up to charge comedians to perform at
right.
the festival.
Comedy festivals in general are a racket.
It's this broken business model that they all started fucking doing, and then every new festival that pops up, they justify charging comedians to submit by saying well, look who did it prior. Like Bridgetown makes probably $50,000 a
Off
year
of submissions.
off submissions alone,
That's
and then they don't pay anybody.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and then they don't pay anybody, and then they have sponsors, and then it's like, oh well, we break even. It's like, how do you break even? By paying yourselves to do the work for a couple
our,
weeks.
After our
Yeah.
$50,000 salary.
Yeah, right. There's no way to justify it.
It's
like
yeah,
you know,
it's
you couldn't
ridiculous.
if you opened a restaurant, you could not pay any of your employees and then say like, "Well, we still just broke even." It's like, no, that's a shitty business. It
No,
doesn't
it's
work.
for the networking. That's
Yeah.
what it's for, Nick. You
Um,
gotta go there and be like, Nick Mullen, New York City Comedy. How you doing?
Yeah.
It's like a trade convention. That's what comedy festivals are.
So these whores, they started their own festival, see? And yeah, they started their own festival, and then to like, you know, as a fuck you to the wage gap, they were charging white men $25 to submit, and women only 19 something, whatever is 73% of 25 is.
Ooh.
But you're still just charging women. So you have like
You're
a
still-
fucking
Yeah.
diversity festival, and then you set it up so like, hey, we're going to discourage white men from applying, so we're only going to be exploiting women and minorities. And it's stupid. It's like, and if you tried to argue with them about it, they would be like, oh, white male tears, and then they'd post that fucking, you know, all their white male tears memes.
Who runs it?
This girl, Corey Spencer, I guess. But anyhow, Lewis got into it with them over that thing, and then so Lewis just started his own festival where he didn't charge anyone
The
to submit.
Skankfest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he like put together in like 2 months and paid all the comedians just to prove that you could do it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, it's impossible. How are we supposed to, you know, like put all this together? Websites cost money. It's like, okay, well, comedy costs money. You can't find a web designer to make your website for free for exposure.
Oh,
But you
in
can
New
find-
York, it's impossible.
Yeah. So, yeah, they took all this fucking money, and I guess that festival's happening in like 2 weeks, so we'll see if,
The cinder block?
yeah, we'll see if it's a complete failure. Fingers crossed.
Well, I'm going to be outside protesting. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I'm going to be raping. I'm going to rape even twice as much as I normally do to make up for it. Guys, we have maybe a slight technical issue. I can't remember whether I fucking erased the last show off the SD card or not. And if I
So we might not even be recording?
No, we're recording, but it might just cut off at any minute. But here's the thing. We don't have Stav here, so we don't have to worry about it.
Because his laughs require more memory.
Well, he's so fat that he takes up more space on the SD
On
card.
the memory card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that about fat people, but any kind of technology that is like they need heavy-duty keyboards because they're fucking huge fingers.
They need bigger hard drives for their computers.
Yeah.
Because they're for the fat.
Yeah, it also keeps the crumbs out. He can't help himself but eat at the fucking computer. And it'll be weird to see if we can fill an hour without Stav just calling someone a gay bitch and then laughing for 5 minutes.
Really, I think that's about 35% of our content as it stands.
I want to take an episode and just edit it down to Stav's laughter. And
just
then,
a supercut of Stav laughing?
yeah.
That'd be so funny. Like an hour supercut? That'd be amazing.
and see how long it goes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's like makes the show a lot better.
It makes it easier to do, certainly.
me.
It makes you feel funnier.
For sure.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't laugh for anyone.
Right, I don't either. People have accused me of being, retarded or autistic.
No.
or whatever.
I watched, speaking of Inside the Actors Studio,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle said he never laughs. So
Yeah.
we're cool.
So I'm like Dave Chappelle.
We're basically
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Very similar to Dave Chappelle. You know what? I did, I had a callback for a commercial audition this week. And so, you go to a commercial callback and everyone looks like you. You're going for the same role. So that's really all it is. It's like you have the same look as somebody.
Yeah.
And guess who I saw at the callback for the role that I was going, which was just like some bullshit for like an energy company. For the same role as me, Aaron, the UCB rapist.
No.
Yeah, he was there. He's like checking in and stuff. And
How's he doing?
well,
Did you talk
he
to
came
him?
up. He was like, he saw me. He's like, "How's it going?" I was like, "Probably better than it is for you." And he's like, "No, I'm doing okay, actually." I was like, "Are you?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I don't know. He mentioned some legal stuff that's going on. And I don't know if I can
Probably should.
Yeah, he already has a lawyer, so people knows that he's like, I guess, suing
Guilty.
them. Yeah,
That he's
right. He's guilty. Yeah.
He got a lawyer, so that means he's guilty.
Well, check this out. He got Atticus Finch. Have you heard of this guy?
Oh,
He's
no.
great.
Yeah, I have.
yeah.
Is he the guy that rhymes all the...
Yeah.
That's the best thing about Johnny Cochran,
Yeah.
is that he was singing rhymes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he got people off because
Yeah.
of like cool.
If the dick's too small, you can't enclose him in walls.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
true.
put him in jail.
That convinced me.
If the pussy ain't toe up, then my man, you can't stow up. You gotta let him go.
Yeah. Something like that.
It is called the Johnny Cochran, aka the whoever smelt it dealt it principle of jurisprudence.
I think they teach that class in law schools
Yeah, at Harvard Law.
now. Yeah.
Whoever smelt it dealt it, and if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. But yeah, no, I saw Aaron the Rapist there. And then it was a bummer about. I thought I was booked to do Star Wars related stand up.
Oh, this is really embarrassing, Nick.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't think
dude.
it's embarrassing. Well, here's the story: is I get a message.
Well, it's not embarrassing. It's just really like I can imagine how you're feeling right now. I would feel like crap.
I mean, I didn't want to do it. It would have just been bizarre.
It would have been so funny.
It would have been so much money.
Is it still the same amount of money?
No, it's for some fucking guy's birthday. Anyhow, somebody messages me and they say, and they're like, and it's somebody I trust. They're like, we need somebody to do 15 minutes of Star Wars material at Anna Wintour's birthday party.
For a lot of cumboys who probably don't know who that is. That's
The editor-in-chief of Vogue.
Of Vogue,
She's the
yeah.
mean bitch from Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
So that character is entirely based on Anna Wintour.
Right.
And
She always wears sunglasses.
Yeah, and I was like, why the fuck? I mean, yes, of course I'll do it. And I'm like, I don't even have... The guy who hit me up, he was like, oh, I just heard you mention Star Wars on your podcast, so I figured I'd recommend you. Because
Did we mention Star Wars?
Yeah, I said something about the new one,
Chinese.
the Chinese new one.
That was very funny, actually, now that I remember.
Well, I was trying to riff stuff out, and I started doing Black Comic talking about C-3PO.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that might even be too racist for bonus content, but that's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Black Comic is the best.
Of course. I was personally raised as a kid on Comic View and Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
That was the first stand-up
That's the thing
I
you're
was
kind of
into.
spoiled by in DC is there's so many good, like, black comics.
Where is that scene in New York?
I don't know, probably in the Bronx.
We used to, like, come into contact with, like, the urban scene all the time in DC.
The urban scene's great because it's like they're the funniest fucking people in the world.
Oh, hilarious.
But there's nothing marketable about that material. There's no way. Dude, that fucking Lawrence Owens bit about the glasses. Have you seen him? He's like, I can't be no thug because I got an astigmatism. You can't be no thug with no big ass glasses. And then he's just crossing his eyes. And he's like, where's the M word I'm supposed to murder? And he's like getting up close to the mic stand and staring at it with his eyes crossed. He's like, this him right here. It's the funniest shit, dude.
First of all, astigmatism does not mean you're cross-eyed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Second of all, that's incredible.
Yeah, he had like the best act outs and shit. Lawrence was always hilarious.
Well, that's the thing is like I feel like in urban comedy, people are performing, you know?
Right.
In like white boy comic book comedy that like we come into contact
You're supposed
with.
to act like a bitch.
You just stand there, you hold the mic stand. Personally, I don't know what
Bring
to
your
do
notes on stage
with my hands when I'm on stage.
In urban comedy, not only like first of all, if your suit has less than 9 buttons on it, you're already unprofessional.
Of course.
Can you imagine if you brought your notes on stage?
No.
How fucking unprofessional that is.
Oh, no way.
I want to blend both the worlds and get like a purple American Apparel hoodie that's way too big and has 19 buttons on it. And I'm going to be the black hipster comedian.
The black comic book.
Yeah.
What's up, nerds?
Yeah. Woo! Y'all like Batman? Let me get a motherfucking... what does
That
Batman
dude-
say?
That dude, Alex.
That would be a great,
Alex Starr.
Yeah, that'd be a great character, like the urban comic that's trying to rejuvenate his career, so he becomes like a meltdown guy.
The nerd comic.
yeah. Woo! You know I can't get no damn days. You know I can. Pizza for breakfast? What is adulthood? Somebody tell me what adulthood is.
So I just joined Tinder.
Yeah, I'm on Tinder now. Look, I like comic books. I'll admit it. I like comic books. The whole crowd.
So sue me.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much.
All right, so
I got a cold from like a group sex experience. My immune system's literally too Jewish to like. There's too many orifices.
It's always a humble brag. Every time, any kind of thing, it's like, oh, I hurt my dick fucking 9 people at once.
Yeah, I guess it's a humble brag.
That is a humble brag.
Well,
what a roundabout way.
Let me tell you something. You know, so a dream of mine my entire life is, 2 girls fooling around.
2 girls at the same time. Office Space. 1999. A classic.
Yeah.
Please don't look up what your Office Space
I never want that ever again.
What, a group sex thing?
Mm-mm.
Was it bad? Was one of the girls Brandon Mordell?
No. No. Neither of the girls were Brandon, but it was just too much anxiety. I felt like if I was paying too much attention to one person, I wouldn't.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was one that I was clearly more attracted to than the other, and I didn't want the other one to know that I was more attracted to the one, so that I'd like, if I was paying too much attention, I'd have to go back and forth to the others. Yeah,
that's the thing that you have to worry about in a situation. Like if you're dating somebody and they're like, oh,
let's bring someone in.
Right. Just like, absolutely not. Then no matter
you
what,
said
you're
no.
going to be mad.
I've always tried. Whenever
Really?
I've had a girlfriend. Yeah.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't do it. It's just you're going to get yourself in trouble no matter what you do. You can't. There's no way it's not going to turn out to be a problem.
Just the second your dick goes in.
Yeah. Excuse me. Like, all right, never mind. This was your idea.
It was literally your idea.
It's like the same thing. Like
Your best friend.
when you make a decision about which restaurant you want to go to, and then it's my fault that they don't have the shit you want on the menu.
Oh, of course.
It's like that. It's entirely that situation. So
Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
I feel like on the podcast, I tend to say things like that more than you and Stav, because
like
you
what?
have a girlfriend.
That's true.
And Stav, I don't know.
Stav's too fat to fuck.
He's too fat. That's.
I love when people like.
I literally talked about getting gagged by a sex slave.
Well, people,
like on the podcast.
People give like feedback about the show, and sometimes they say I can't tell who's who.
Really?
And, and I'll be like, oh, Stav's the fat one. He's the one that you can hear.
Can you hear?
Can you hear that?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. That's the best part about having a fat friend is you get to make fun of him. You know?
I guess.
That's why you should.
I don't make fun of him for being fat, though.
Well, not to his face.
We do to his face all the time.
I guess. But he gives, it's a give and take. I think that's fine. So we were prepared for this. We were a little bit worried that it would be kind of a struggle to fill.
Are we gonna?
Yeah. So we have leftover blow from last weekend, which I just wouldn't say outright if this were a regular episode, but it's a bonus episode.
Could the police find out about this?
No, dude, they're not allowed to donate to things.
If we talk about
number one rule of police work is you're never allowed to donate to charity or help anybody. You only kill. You're born to kill.
So I guess we had leftover drugs from a couple weeks ago, and I brought it. I said maybe we could do it on the podcast. My inspiration was the only known recording session of John Lennon and Paul McCartney. They recorded this album.
Wait, what do you mean the only known recording? What about all of the Beatles?
Post Beatles, sorry, post Beatles. was in, I think, 1974. They recorded an album called A Toot and a Snore, Toot and a Laugh, A Toot and something. And it was them. Basically, John Lennon moved to L.A., broke up with Yoko, got a different Chinese girlfriend, got addicted to coke, only wore white, and Paul McCartney came out, and they got studio space. It was them, Stevie Wonder, and Harry Nilsson. And you can actively hear them doing cocaine on the recording. There's like a part where John Lennon offers Stevie Wonder coke.
So it's like they invented
Stevie.
they invented like the weed toke on the track.
Exactly. That's an homage. That's an homage. Every time we rip huge bingers, smoke huge spliffs on the pod, we're doing that for the Beatles. But yeah, there's a part where he's like, "Hey Stevie, you want a toot?" And he like offers a blow. Oh, and the music, by the way, is terrible.
Yeah,
It's
I would imagine it would be.
Just
Have you
like
ever
this
heard-
podcast is about to be.
Right. Do you know that? What's the like? I don't know if it's like a Doors. I don't know that much about the Doors, but there's like something that's not on a Doors album, and it's just Jim Morrison yelling, "You gotta fuck her in the ass," and it's like a song that he recorded.
No.
yeah. There's some Jim
not
Morrison
real.
song. No, it's real, dude. Where he's just like, "You gotta fuck her in the ass."
Oh my god, my favorite poet.
I mean, the Doors music is already so fucking stupid to begin with.
Felix retweeted this thing. Did you see it? It was like 3 photographs. The first is like, this is a drawing made by Jim Morrison when he was like in middle school or something, and then it's a picture of the drawing, and then there's a quote on the drawing. Oh man, I should have like had it prepared what it was, but it is so funny.
Well,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's not the way to do that. Well, just explain it. You don't have to show
It is.
to me.
It's a picture of like a scary monster man with a spear, and then the sentence is, "It only hurts when I laugh."
No, that's cool, dude. He could have been like a Hot Topic buyer.
Oh yeah, he would have been so Hot Topic if he was like born.
No, he could have worked at Hot Topic corporate. I used to live with a guy that did that.
That like bought the shirts.
Dude,
for them?
he worked his way up from Hot Topic, just regular retail employee, and he was so Hot Topic that they moved him to Los Angeles and made him like a buyer for the brand. And when I met this guy, he had the best style in the world because he would dress like the Joker, but only from the waist up. So
you just wear like jeans.
well, yeah, from waist down, it was like Kirkland brand jeans and then like store brand hiking shoes. And then, waist up, he would have like a vest, like a purple vest with a green tie and then a red bowler hat. But yeah, he was a Hot Topic buyer.
So what time is it right now?
We are at 22 minutes. So that was
What time is it in the afternoon?
7:35 p.m.
Okay, so it's 7:35 p.m. We're gonna do these drugs. It's far too early to do drugs. I think.
Well, I can't stay up that long. I got shit to do tomorrow. So we're gonna take a break and then we'll be back, and you know what we're doing. So see you in a second.
Push it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge.
So you got Sammy Sosa,
Yeah.
Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds,
Yeah.
and those are just 3 of the baseball players that I can name in succession.
That's what I would say.
I know. Welcome back, guys. So we're good. We're good to go.
We're good.
We're ready to have any.
I feel good.
I feel okay.
Eh.
Really, nothing's changed.
Yeah, it really hasn't hit us yet. We're kind of playing.
Yeah, we thought it'd be funny to like riff it out, and then I started with a thing, and then it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't really go.
Adam just did yes weld me instead of a yes and. You
It's
did yes well. You go. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, how about
I did. I had to judge one of those roast battles at the stand.
You did this week, right?
Yeah, I did this
Who
week. Evan Williams.
Was he good?
Yeah, Evan and Christy Cello were both like really fucking good.
She's so funny.
Yeah, they both did real well. The lead-in matchups were kind of like Andrew Collins and Lawrence something. They did all right, but Lawrence was getting in Andrew's face, which like would have worked if it had been, I think, 2 black guys, but it just kind of read weird, and then it was mostly white people in the audience, so they didn't understand his aggression, and it was just like his rhetorical style.
I feel like Andrew's more of like a story guy.
Well, Andrew's a better joke writer.
Yeah.
I mean, Lawrence didn't really prepare with jokes. He was just like, I'm gonna fuck your grandma. Yeah.
All right,
like that
first
kind of
round,
shit.
let's go.
Yeah, and then like it was two other guys that had kind of okay jokes about each other, like two open micers, and then this guy and this girl who were both like new, because the guy I've never seen at all. I mean, I'm sure he's like new to town, and this girl Andrea, who I've seen like one time at Caroline's, who's like obviously just new to comedy or whatever, which is fine. It's whatever. But at one point, she said something to him, and his rebuttal was, "Well, I could say the same thing about you," which in the context of a roast battle is so fucking funny. And he just did it out of like being defensive
like
or whatever. Yeah. Like if that had been his strategy the entire time, like anytime she said something and be like, well, I know you are, but what am I? I would have fucking voted for him.
They get mad if anyone like
fucks around with the format.
all
Yeah.
comedies. Dude.
Yeah. Because me and Stav are like gonna compliment each other, but I know Stav has been writing for that shit for fucking days.
He was fronting like, I just came up with jokes before. He had them all like memorized.
No, I legitimately sat down for like
Sip of that water.
Yeah, I legitimately sat down for like 4 hours and like wrote probably 20 jokes for that Stavros battle beforehand. But I know Stav fucking prepared. He's not a guy. He doesn't not prepare.
4 hours and 20 jokes sounds like preparing. Too.
He works hard. For a real big fat guy, he definitely works hard. That's the thing. You think fat people are
really hard.
You think they're lazy, but he's obviously not lazy because he worked at that shitty website for so long. That would kill me.
Oh, ground floor comedy?
To be working in that place and having to like,
laugh at bad jokes.
Yeah, right. Laugh at bad jokes. I mean, he does it with us all the time, which is great. But
yeah. Well, that's why he's our friend.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I mean he's our friend because he's funny, and he's funnier than anybody else at that company. I'd say.
Ground floor comedy.
Yeah. At that thing.
You mean child porn times?
Yeah. Child porn, extreme internet. That was the name of the place. Yeah. So, if you're just joining us, if you're just tuning in somehow, if you'd like to, download. I like to download a podcast and then just get started right about 3/4 of the way through. That's my move. I like to think that I'm like just flipping channels and I come across it. Who knows?
Unless you're listening to WTF with Mark Maron, you're not skipping the beginning of a podcast.
Right. I had an idea. I was saying my dream.
My cat.
My dream, it'll never happen, but I really want, if I could sell a show, I want to have a show on IFC called Mark, where I don't ever say I'm Mark Maron, but I just act like him, and it airs for 5 minutes right before his show, and it's the same format and everything, where I'm like, what is this fucking bookstore? Who goes to this fucking place? Well, I guess I'm here, but I'm a fucking piece of shit, so it's just a piece of shit store, and then it's like, coming up next, Maron on IFC, and it's
the same thing.
Yeah.
Stretched over 22
Right,
minutes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hear it's a good show, actually.
From who? From Mark?
From Mark Maron.
Yeah.
One of something I did a couple weeks ago was I woke up way too early to check my phone habitually and didn't go back to sleep because I read for like 2 hours from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Mark Maron arguing with Trump people on Twitter, and it is
fuck
so
off, troll.
Shut up, troll.
You fucking idiot, troll.
I'm 55 years old, troll.
Yeah. Speaking of Mark Maron, so for the bonus thing, I wanted to just do. I wanted to just give Dickfield his own spin-off podcast. I haven't figured out how Dickfield comes back into existence yet. We were toying around with the idea of a portal opening to another dimension.
The dimension where he didn't die at Auschwitz?
Well, you ever see the TV show Sliders?
Yeah.
So, essentially, another universe version of Seth. And then that opens up the possibility of like, infinite Seths.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite novel, Infinite Seths.
Infinite Seth.
Yeah.
By David Foster Wallace.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a cool punny kind of.
Hey, we got to be on, dude. We got to be on. We're 5 minutes in. We got another 4.5 hours to go.
Woo! Where are we going to have to call the guy, dude?
Which guy?
The drugs man.
Oh, the drugs man?
No. So you know, it's so funny when you do this drug,
Mm-hmm.
like it's you know, the point of drugs, right? Like after you're like 15 years old is to do them and act like you're not on them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like if you ever smoke weed with a noob and they're like, "I am so baked," you're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. You're supposed to act like you're not
Yeah.
high on weed." But this one for me is like the one where I extra try.
Well, that's
not
because it
act.
costs so much fucking money that
It
you
costs-
never want to feel like you got ripped off. It'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, if you bought like, you know, there's people out there driving like a fucking, you know, like a Hyundai. Well, Hyundais aren't bad. Like they're driving a really piece of shit car that they spent a lot of money on. They're like, I
Right.
love it. I love this car. This car's great. It's on fire. Their children are dead in the
100,000
back seat. They're
warranty.
like, this is the best car I've ever seen. I love it. It's great. And it's the same thing with this shit. I just spent $100.
Yeah, it's
I
really-
make $9.75 an hour. So this is the best drug I've ever had.
You got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And the best line or bump or whatever is the first one of the night.
Yeah.
And then you drop off. You get energy. You drop off. You do another one. You never actually get to that same point.
I love the night
And then
always
at
ends
4
the same
a.m.
exact way with me in like complete darkness, chewing a hole through my lip and playing Candy Crush, thinking about all the people I shouldn't have emailed.
Do you send emails?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I draft. There's a lot of
Right.
shit that ends up in the draft folder, and the next day it's like, thank God.
One time I did cocaine with Englishman Chris Milner.
Yeah.
And it was the night Muhammad Ali died.
Oh, you told me the
so-
story. This is great.
We were doing lines and he emailed his dad because his dad loved Muhammad Ali. And
Yeah.
He wrote this really beautiful, heartfelt email. And it was just so funny. It's just like crushing emails, like doing rails, crushing emails.
Yo, you know when I'm really good at email? When
Right
when I'm
after.
fucking lit, dude. When I hit the slopes, send some emails. So I was on this job with remember that guy Ed that we don't
Yeah.
like?
Oh, which guy?
The guy we worked with, Ed.
Oh, the like camera guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he was back?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah.
So
Someone married him? He's married?
he's married, I guess. But so I was bitching about him with this other guy we know, and he was like, you know, nobody likes him. Nobody likes this guy.
Uh-huh.
And he does the most obnoxious shit I've ever seen in my entire life. But he was complaining about something on the call sheet, and he was sending the complaints to, you know, the guy we know. And the way he was sending the complaints was with memes. He had a meme generator on his phone.
Horrible.
And he's like,
Horrible.
yeah, so it's like he's showing me. Here, I'll just show you the fucking text messages. You say something for 2 seconds. Talk about Syria.
Syria. Someone I saw Randy Quaid. You know that guy?
Yeah.
He posted a picture that.
Look, okay.
You know
Forget
that-
about Randy Quaid. Look at the text.
Sorry, yeah.
Look how obnoxious that
Not
is.
sure. Wait, first of all, this is the guy from Futurama doing the like squinty sarcastic.
Yeah,
face.
it's Fry. It's the Fry meme.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Fry.
yeah. Not sure if an early call time helps me get out sooner tomorrow or screws me over with turnaround.
Yeah, and look at.
Not sure if we're rapping at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
Yeah, imagine having to deal with that all day long from that guy.
Are you fucking
Having a
kidding me?
coworker that will only communicate with you through memes.
He's the worst person in the world.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's egregious.
Yeah. So should we talk about what Aleppo is for our Gary Johnson? I feel like everybody listens to this is voting for Gary Johnson.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
feel like we definitely have some libertarian.
Yeah.
What's a libtard? Like, what's their retard term? 'Cause
What, libertarian?
Libtard is liberal.
Libertarian?
Libertarian
Yeah.
is libertarian. It's a good one. Yeah.
Libertarian sounds like a zodiac sign.
Libertarian sounds like a
Well, my
Like a
star
Star
sign is
Trek.
libertarian, but I was born in rising Cancer. So
it sounds like a planet that they.
you know,
meet on
I'm
Star Trek.
very aggressive, but I'm also passionate. I love how like all the horoscopes are like, well, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm actually the smartest person in the world, but I can also be emotional. It means it's like people just fall in love with me, but I'm also a genius. That's what Sagittarius is.
Dude, I really could not give two shits about that, but if you're trying to get laid in New York City, you just have to listen to hours of nonsense about the Zodiac.
I don't think I ever have.
What's your rising sign?
Yeah.
Just please suck my dick. Please shut up.
Do people actually talk about? I don't think that's.
Girls love it, dude.
I think that's a weird. That's like a weird thing that Rob Reiner invented for his movies. Is that women like? That seems
Rob
like,
Reiner?
I feel like he all the stereotypes about relationships he came up with and created them through his films.
What, Spinal Tap?
No.
Wait,
When Harry Met Sally.
Guest direct Spinal Tap or Rob Reiner?
I don't know. Fucking know. I think maybe Christopher Guest did. Or maybe because that was his first. That was the first movie with that whole ensemble
clique,
cast.
yeah.
So maybe it was Rob Reiner. But like the When Harry Met Sally scene.
Yeah.
When they're like, women don't fake orgasms, and she's like, women fake orgasms all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like people don't actually have that conversation.
That conversation?
Yeah, I don't think people
have that conversation all the time.
Also, I love that then she proceeds to do the fakest orgasm anyone has ever heard.
Right. We're we joking around about like how if she was just like, fuck my ass.
Yeah, fuck my ass.
Fuck my ass.
Finger my fucking ass, my filthy ass.
My pussy's so wet.
Yeah, just in Katz's Deli.
I was at Katz's and my friend, I was eating there and my friend said, look up, and there's a sign right above me, and they were like, this is where Meg Ryan faked an orgasm. There's like a sign hanging above one of the chairs. I sat in the fake orgasm chair, so pretty cool, I guess.
So it's like you fucked Meg Ryan.
Yeah, basically.
Have you seen how bad she looks now?
She looks bad.
She's gotten so much plastic surgery.
Ugh.
You know how like when those women that are just like they get so much plastic surgery that you see them and they're like, I'm finished. And they've just gotten all of it.
Ding.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Pretty much, dude. Because they all look the same. They all look like that bear cat. They have that big puffy cat face, but there's also
puffy, because the collagen
like
and
a
the
Care
lips.
Bear element to it.
Yeah, it's sort of froggy too. They kind of look like Pepe a little bit, like brown, like burnt Pepes.
Yeah, they should get
Crispy
whiskers.
Pepes.
They should get whiskers to go with the face.
Oh, like Mr. Mistopheles,
yeah, right.
Play cats. Man, do you do you like musicals?
I say I don't because you're not supposed to, but
you're a man's man.
Right.
Yeah.
But anytime I've actually been at a musical, I really enjoy it.
Me too.
My grandma's birthday like 2 years ago. My grandma or my grandfather and my mom took my grandma and me to go see the Fantastics. That sounds like a made up like fucking fake musical.
That was like
name.
a Pixar movie, wasn't it?
No, is it the Fantastic? I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a Pixar movie. It was a musical. I know I'm not confusing the two. It was like a live performance thing. I don't even remember what the fucking story was, but I enjoyed it. It was great.
I think it's pretty cool sometimes.
Yeah. I wish if I had enough money, I would definitely go see plays.
Oh, me too.
I went to see the the James Franco of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men?
Yeah, Chris O'Dowd and James Franco.
On off Broadway or whatever?
Yeah, either on or off Broadway.
Whatever.
It was near Broadway.
Broadway adjacent.
Broadway adjacent.
Yeah.
What if, how far off Broadway do you have to be before it's off Broadway?
Off Broadway?
Yeah.
Secaucus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Morton Downey Jr.
Flushing.
show. The Morton Downey Jr. show could
Was an
technically be
off-Broadway production.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like art house.
God, I wish he was alive.
Yeah, he's so great.
Yeah.
When I was doing
He's
that,
Trump before Trump, right?
of course.
Yeah.
When I was
He would've
doing
been the president.
when I was doing that Nicole shit, part of the canon was that Nicole's retarded son was actually fathered by Morton Downey Jr. She snuck and then I did the math on it, and she would have had to have fucked him like right before he died. So
Right.
she snuck into a hospital. And
You saw the documentary, right?
yeah,
So they had like
the guy that directed that